Hello Year 5 and welcome to your spelling lesson for this week. So today we're going to be looking at the suffix ness. Okay, and we know a suffix is a group of words that goes on to the end of a word. So we're going to explore the rules, okay, and have a look at our new words, and then at the end we're going to do our spelling test for the spellings that we looked at last week. Okay, so let's start off. So we are going to be looking at the suffixes, okay, and we're looking at suffix nes. So what I want you to do is, can you spot the suffix in this sentence? So because of its fierceness, the new polar bear had to be kept in its own separate enclosure at the zoo. Pause the video. Can you find the suffix on one of our words? Good. Okay, so the word here is fierceness. Okay, so this is where we've added, okay, our suffix, okay, to describe our polar bear. Do you think you can spot it in this sentence? Due to his carelessness behind the wheel, Charles caused a traffic accident. Pause the video and have a think. Where's the suffix in my sentence? Okay, good. So here it's on carelessness. So due to his carelessness. Okay, so we've added the suffix onto the end of that word. Okay. So what kind of words do we then create when we've added that suffix onto the end? So we're going to look at these two words of fierceness and carelessness. Okay. What type of words do you think they might be? Okay. Now, they're actually both nouns. Okay, so fierce and careless, okay, are almost the adjectives or the verbs that we've looked at. And what we've done is we've changed them into nouns. They're both nouns that have been created by adding, okay, ness to the adjective. So to be fierce or to be careless, okay, are adjectives. Okay, so there are describing words. We've then changed them into things. We've changed them into nouns by adding that suffix onto the end. So, many of the words that end in that suffix, okay, are a special type of noun. And they're called, what we have is an abstract noun, okay? So, abstract nouns describe a state of mind or feeling or a quality or characteristic that you can't physically see. So, they're usually things you can't physically see or touch. So, they're always based, if you describe someone's character, you can't touch or feel someone's character, but you'd be describing them as being loving or being as kind. Okay, so if you said that they had a kindness about them or they had a lovingness about them, that adjective, that noun that you're using is what we would call an abstract noun, because those are certain states and things that you actually physically cannot see or touch. Okay, now the reason why that we call them abstract nouns is abstract is what we use when we describe things as being different, not quite conforming to the normal rules. So if we describe these nouns as abstract nouns, they're the odd ones out. Okay, they're slightly different because they're strange in comparison to our normal nouns. Okay, now most of the root words, so the beginning part of the words that we're not changing, doesn't usually change, okay, not when we're adding the suffix ness onto the end. So when we have the word here, willingness, it turns into willingness. But sometimes if we have a root word that ends in y, that usually has to change to an I, okay? So for example, if I had nasty and ness, we know that we'd put that together as nastiness, but we wouldn't have the y, we'd change that y to an I. Okay, pause the video and have a think and jot down any ideas. Can you think of any more ness suffix words where this would happen? So pause the video and see if you can jot down some ideas. Okay, so the majority of the words will fit those spelling rules, okay, and these are the words that you are going to look at for our next spelling lesson. Okay, so we've got happiness, hardness, madness, nastiness, silliness. So if you came up with one of those words where we change the Y to an I, you've got silliness. You also have tidiness. Okay, so tidiness obviously ends in a Y. We've had to change that Y to an I. We then have childishness, willingness, carelessness, and foolishness. Okay, if you also look at the word happy as well, with happiness, obviously we've changed the Y there into an I as well. So those are going to be your spelling words. Okay, so don't forget this rule. If you've got a root word like tidy, and you know in your head to spell tidy and you write tidiness, you need to remember the rule. Well, that Y actually needs to change to an I. Okay, so make sure you change that before you add the suffix. Okay, so those are going to be your spelling words that you're going to concentrate on for next week. And now we are going to have a go at our spelling test. So what I want you to do is make sure that you've got a blank piece of paper in front of you. And we're going to number your spellings of 1 to 10. And I'm going to go through the spellings for you, okay? Now, I might do them in different order. I'm going to see how I feel when I do these words. But same as usual, I'm going to give you the word. I'll try and give you the word in a sentence so you understand. And then what I'm going to get you to do is you pause the video. So pause the video, write down your spelling word, and then unpause it and move on, because I'm not going to pause in between. So I'm just going to go through all of the words. So pause the video as and when you need. Okay, so number one, the word is community. Okay, we live in a loving community at Brookvale Primary School. Number two, curiosity. There was an element of curiosity about the cat, but in the alleyway. Curiosity. Number three, ability. You guys all have the ability to do really, really, really well at school. Ability. Number four, captivity. Many Bengal tigers are born in captivity. Okay, so captivity. Number five, the word is activity. I would like you to complete your spelling activity for this week, please. Activity. Number six, sensitivity. You need to have some sensitivity when you are working with little animals. Sensitivity. Number seven, possibility. There is a high possibility that you're stuck with me to the end of the year. Possibility. Number eight, the word is flexibility. There is some flexibility as to which lessons you do when you're at home. Flexibility. Number nine, visibility. The visibility in a snowstorm is quite poor. Visibility. Number 10, the word is eternity. It feels like it's been an eternity since Miss Humphrey has seen her wonderful year 5 class. I just called you year 4. Oh my goodness, year 5 class. Eternity. Okay, so I'm going to recap those words for you one more time. So we've got community, number 1. Number 2, curiosity. Number 3, ability. Number 4, captivity. Number 5, activity. Number 6, sensitivity. Number 7, possibility. Number 8, flexibility. Number 9, visibility. And number 10 is eternity. So if you've got another pencil or a coloured pen next to you, here are your spelling words, okay? So mark off your spellings, okay? So pause the video, mark off your spellings, and give yourself a score out of 10. And when you send your work in tomorrow, make sure you send in a copy of your spelling scores. I say send it in tomorrow because tomorrow's Wednesday. It's not going to be able to do that. So we'll have a look at it on Friday when you send that in, okay? Well done if you got 10 out of 10, superstars. Well done if you got anywhere from 5 upwards. For anyone that got anything lower than 5, just go back and double check some of your spellings and try and work out where it is that you went wrong. Okay, so well done for having a go at those spellings. Okay, these are going to be your spellings for next week. Okay, so make sure that you have got a copy of those for you to be practicing as well. Okay, so have a go at practicing spellings, and we will do another spelling test next week. Okay, see you later, year 5.